Okay, so we know we've got to write a failing test, but what does that mean? Well, firstly, we need to initialize behat. If we go to the documentation, it says that we need to run vendor behat init. Now, they're assuming that we've installed it as a sub-project, which is why they're expecting to come out of the vendor folder, but actually we installed it as our main project because we're writing our tests first. So because of that, then we know that if we go into docker exec and docker exec -it and then bash, if we list and go directly into our bin folder, behat. See, so we don't need to use the vendor folder to demonstrate. If I come back out, if I do bin behat version, behat responds and gives us a version number. So rather than vendor bin behat init, I'm just going to do bin behat init. So it's giving me some instructions. It's saying that I should place my context classes in features bootstrap, and that I should expect feature definitions to be in feature context. So if I list the folders that I go into features, so I now have a folder called bootstrap, which behat has created for me. So if I transfer into bootstrap, oops, there we go. We now have a feature context in bootstrap. Okay. You remember previously that I was talking about how you can have personal tools that you store in the personal tools folder that is ignored by Git. Well, having to constantly go into the container to rerunning behat commands is a little annoying. So if we go into our text editor, and inside of personal tools we write a little script. So if which I've going to copy from another file. So I'll copy all of this. And run behat. So I'll just add a file called run behat. Save that. Okay, so just so you can see, because that's going off screen a bit, just so you can see what it says. So it's running the doc exec command that we were doing before. It's added another flag to it, which basically means that it'll just run the one task and return the output from that task. It wants to, well, it will run the task and return the output from that task as U stands for user, and it'll run the task and return the output from the task as the app user. Now, it needs to know which container it's entering. So rather than copying and pasting it every time, it's looking it up. So docker compose PS, you know, it's the command that I've been running all the time to find out what the name is. And it knows the service name is behat, so it's asking what's the identifier for behat. And then the command that it's running is the behat command, and then it's got some flags as to how we want it to output the return. So it's going to return it in colored format pretty. It's going to use standard output. It's also going to spit it out to HTML and put it in the HTML report folder, and then it's going to tell me where I can look at that report folder. So, useful little script. I've put it in personal tools to demonstrate the personal tools folder, but this script is probably useful enough that the whole team would use it, and then you'd put it in tools for the team rather than personal tools. But just because we have that folder and to demonstrate what you might use it for, I've put it in there. So I'll save that. I've got to make it executable, obviously. So if I go back to my terminal, and if I change to personal tools, I commod it, make it executable, run behat.sh. Now, if I run and ask it the version, okay, now why did that fail? Runtime exec failed, container Linux, starting container process called exec, not found in path. Okay, if I come out of, and they are running, so runtime exec failed container Linux, starting process called exec. Okay. I think that's because I've just called behat rather than calling bin behat. And let's save that and give it another go. There you go. So there we go. It's without entering the container, I'm being told that it's version 3.5, and I'm also being told where I can view HTML report if we do it. So now we've initialized behat. We've got a little tool for using it with. And what's our next step?